welcome to Voice What presents the great business story transforming India in association with NDTV Profit. I'm Nupur Talwar Suri. TCG Digital, the digital and AI arm of the Chatterjee Group, partners with industry leaders in sports, aviation, life sciences, oil and gas process, manufacturing and the government to drive next-generation intelligence-led transformation. The CEO of TCG Digital, Mr. Debdas Sen, joins us to talk to us about the firm's future plans. Good evening, Mr. Sen. Thank you very much for joining us on NDTV Profit.
Nupur, thanks for having me.
So to begin with, tell us, how is TCG Digital establishing itself as the AI and digital innovation powerhouse within the Chatterjee Group, and how does that ecosystem advantage that you have translate into market leadership?
If we start building products in India in the area of AI, it's something that will fructify in a few years. And that's what we started. About 8 years back, we started building our AI platform, and we were building it in India. And the idea was, if it can be done in Silicon Valley, why can't it be done in Mumbai or Delhi or Kolkata? And with that perspective, we started building the product. And now that we have taken it out to the market for the last 3 or 4 years, we have some of the largest companies in the world, Fortune 100 companies, Fortune 50 companies, using our platform and getting value out of that. The fundamental piece is the fact that we believed that it can be done in India, product development can be done in India, and then we take that leadership to the best in the world and be able to create value for our prospects and clients.
Now, there's something called velocity to value, and you've spoken about it. So help us understand a bit more of that concept.
Whenever a client is spending money to do anything, to do a transformation using AI or any transformation, the most important thing that the client is looking for is the impact. Our mantra is, how can that value, how can that impact, how can that return on investment can be achieved very, very, very quickly. That is done through the technology that we have, the artificial intelligence technology. Our platform is called mcube. That's the AI platform that we have. Through the people that we have some very, very bright minds creating that speed, creating that velocity, and creating that impact perhaps faster than many others.
So across your key sectors, where are you seeing the fastest adoption of AI-driven transformation?
We work in 3 or 4, maybe 5 sectors, and they are a little varied. So one of the sectors that we work in is in the area of process manufacturing, so oil and gas, steel, and others. We have been working in that sector with some of the market leaders in the Middle East and in the US and of course in India. Another sector that we work in is in the area of life sciences. And there again, we are working with a lot of large pharma companies, trying to accelerate R&D, use Agentic AI frameworks, getting agents to talk to each other and try to see if a drug can be developed faster. We also work in sports, and we are the partners, the AI partners to the largest football association in the world, which is DFB, or the German Football Association. Can a Bundesliga club, a coach in the Bundesliga club, find this talent in a deep rural part of India through digital scouting to be able to do that? So that's another area in which we are doing. The ability to use the advancement of AI, in our case through our platform mcube, to be able to do things that were not possible earlier, do things that people could only dream of earlier.
Now, with multiple AI platforms in the market, how does your platform mcube stand apart?
We believe mcube has all the critical components that's required for an AI-based transformation. Whether it's a very strong agentic framework, agentic AI framework, whether it's the ability to have agents reason amongst themselves and come to a decision, whether it's a very strong data management framework or federated search and federated learning. We have something called a knowledge graph in that. But when we get to a client, our focus is how can we complete their story and leverage the investments that they have done in the past, and then bring in what's there in mcube and plug in the pieces of that jigsaw in their landscape to be able to complete that picture and get value faster. mcube completes the story at our clients using the advanced AI techniques that's inside it, and lets clients get to impact faster. So that's what we do.
Tell us a bit more about mcube. How does it integrate data, AI, and intelligent agents for business impact?
The biggest focus for us and right now is the ability to create fit-for-purpose agents, fit-for-purpose AI agents, and have the agents reason amongst themselves. In the past, a lot of analytics was around decision support. In today's day and age with generative AI and the large language models and the multimodal models, we have moved to a place where we are able to create these agents that are able to reason amongst themselves and come to a decision which will have a significant impact on what the end output needs to be. And that's what we do. That's what we do day in, day out at all our clients.
Now, you're moving agentic AI pilots into production. How do you expect that to scale revenue for you?
One of the things that we do is we make AI real. We are very, very heavily focused on creating these agents, not just as a pilot, but to be able to do it in the real world and be able to add value as fast as we can. And that's our mantra. So we, as an organization, we are very pragmatic. We are very deep in the science, in the computer science of the agentic frameworks of AI. But at the same time, we are also very, very rooted in business to make sure that business impact is created, enabling by the technologies, by AI that comes in through our agentic framework in mcube.
So what role does domain expertise play in your digital transformation strategies?
I'll get back to our group. The way our founder chairman, Dr. Punendu Chatterjee, has created the Chatterjee Group is we have these market-leading companies. We have a company called Lummus Technologies, which is the market leader in the chemical engineering process technology, LabVantage, which is a market leader in the area of laboratory sciences, and so on. So domain plays a very, very, very critical role. So it's like a three-legged stool. So one piece is domain, one piece is business context. The second piece is the AI platform, mcube. And then the third piece is the people that we have who are able to bring the domain and the platform together to create business value. So that's the strategy of the business. It's like a three-legged stool, and a three-legged stool is like, if one leg is weak, the tool can never stand. So we have three very, very strong legs. Hence, we have an extremely strong foundation to be able to create value and impact.
Let's talk a bit about the future now. How do you see AI-driven platforms evolve in the next, say, 3 to 5 years, even though 3 to 5 years may seem like a longish period?
Now with AI becoming pervasive, I think it's the interactivity between various parts in the ecosystem that is going to take precedence. Compute is becoming cheaper. Compute is becoming faster. There is a tremendous focus today on trying to come out with new types of compute. We have a university in TCG, we call it TCG Crest. We are investing in coming out with hundreds of PhDs in the area of quantum computing. Once that becomes reality, there is going to be a complete sea change in the way compute is done. And today, AI has become pervasive because compute has become cheaper. Much, much more compute can be done in a very, very small space. building the future, where the future is a combination of agents talking with each other. However, with the business context, that's where domain comes in, and taking advantage of the hardware and the software advancement in the industry, because the industry is an ecosystem today. It's, the IPs that companies have has become very small, so they are keeping their core IP and open sourcing the rest, and that will continue to be. And that is the reason, the speed at which this sector has moved, the sector of AI has moved, and that will continue to be. So every component of every sector, every industry, every process will need to work with each other, and that interactivity is what's going to drive the future.
So tell us a bit more about your company, that is TCG Digital's future plans for global expansions and partnerships.
We have partnerships with hardware providers, cloud providers. We have partnerships with our sister companies. We will have cloud providers, partnerships with them, so that we are able to create value. We are able to take advantage of the advancement on the hardware side. And we are a global company. We are present in pretty much all major regions around the world, and we will continue to do so. But coming back to what I first said, do so taking the India advantage as much as possible, because I'll say it again, it's not the decade of India, it's the century of India, and AI is at the core of that.
Thank you, Mr. Sen, for joining us. It was a pleasure to have you with us on NDTV Profit.
Thank you, Nupur. Thank you so much.